Now then, let's get started, shall we?
Scrum.
There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. I am very happy to see everyone here. I am joined today by my four wonderful, talented, and definitely not yet traumatized colleagues. Say hi, colleagues.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are back once again to hit the third episode of the Armor of Wishes TTRPG, written by the wonderful Rubix. Rubix, are you still in the process of making tea, or are you here with us?
I'm here. I didn't
Wonderful.
get to.
Ah, shame. Well then, Rubix, would you be so kind as to tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rubix. My pronouns are she, they, and I made this game. I am a Minecraft streamer. I stream a couple of times a week. Yeah, that's me. Hello. I don't know, man.
Excellent. Hey, you do what you do, right?
Yeah.
Rubix was so kind as to have put together this game. So when the idea came up, she messaged me and she was like, I have this thing. I need you to run it. So that's what we are doing for the third time today. Wonderful then. How about Tad? What are you up to? Like, what do you do? Who are you?
I am Temple Milk. I stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Recently started a Stardew Valley playthrough with Archeo Plays every Wednesday, and it is so much fun.
I did drop in on you playing Stardew Valley the other day. Is this your first time playing Stardew Valley?
Yep, very first playthrough. We did 3 streams I think so far, and
Impressive.
it's so much more than I thought it was, and I'm having so much fun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, as soon as the romance options start to really go upwards, I think you will find a lot of chaos in this game.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Well, wonderful. How about you, Small? Who are you? What do you do?
Had to unmute myself. Hi, I'm Small Cats. I primarily play and stream Minecraft. I also create Minecraft YouTube videos, and I like knocking things off of shelves, and I hate cucumbers.
It's an important set of information to have on that one. I'm very happy to have someone else who also makes YouTube videos, though mine are somewhat more limited in scope because of the world being what they are. I am excited to watch the more of them. I went onto your channel the other day and clicked the follow button because, of course, one must.
Thank you.
And I
appreciate
saw
that.
I saw some things that were there that were very exciting. So
Yeah,
it is very cool.
yeah, I've really been trying to go hard there, but it's also a lot of work, and I'm just a little cat who doesn't have
Yeah.
enough free time.
Cold blimey, isn't that always the case? How about you, Misty? Who are you? What do you do?
Can you all hear me?
Yes, though it sounds like your volume has decreased.
Okay. Hello, I'm Misty.
Uh-huh.
I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I mostly play Minecraft though, although sometimes we do cozy games and arts and crafts.
Yes, excellent. Misty is the 11th in her line, is that correct?
That is correct.
So there have been 10 Misties before you, and none of them have been nearly as cool.
They're all evil except for the 11th.
Oh, that makes things complex.
It does indeed.
Well, I'm glad that we have the one that is not evil. We do have the one that isn't evil, right? Just to make sure.
Sure. Yes.
Right.
That's right.
So now I'm instantly uncomfortable, but also hello everyone who is here for the first time. Perhaps my name is Cosmo Bergamot. I am the Dean of the School of Conjuration here at the Teme Welt Royal Academy for the Metaphysical Arts. And I do a whole lot of tabletop role-playing content. So I've got myself four Minecraft streamers, and then there is me, who has played Minecraft once before. With our powers combined, we are Captain Planet. So, with all of that there on the table, before we begin, does anyone have any things to say, reflections, questions, things that they might want to tell the audience members? Wonderful. Then, let's begin. Last time on Armor of Wishes. The Panoptica creatures are terrifying. Large, powerful, and capable of a terrible laser attack, they are a force to be reckoned with. Our heroes, if they can be called so, working together, and in ways that don't technically qualify as together, navigate a tense allyship with another party, avoid a full confrontation with a Panoptica, send a middle-aged blogger family dad to his demise, and personally saw to the defeat of one scumbag kid who ran his mouth. With the collection of the remaining 2 flowers needed for the challenge, the heroes made a dash for the statue, where they met their allies in a flash of necessary speed to turn in their quarry. As soon as Lexi the speedrunner slammed the flowers into the statue's hands, the 4 of them were back at their desks, somewhat injured, missing some things, but otherwise fully intact, and with only a few minutes having passed. What will the next day bring? What challenge awaits? Who survived the last challenge? And what will Bear Dad's family blog have to say? Welcome back to the Armor of Wishes server. It is the next morning. Is anyone the type of person that checks clock app when they wake up?
Yes.
This tracks. It seems like the type of thing that Lexi would do.
Yeah.
Lexi, still under your covers, you roll over and grab your telephone, and you tap the black and white clock app icon. A couple mundane videos of a dog that slides down the bottom few stairs into a snow pile, a person trying their best to do a clock app dance, but then failing halfway through, and everyone laughing. And then a Drama Hog account comes up. Hey, have you guys seen the newest Vanny Lanny video? Seems like there's something really intense going on with Bear Dad. He's not in any of their morning get ready with me's, and he didn't even post either. Something is up. Click follow for more. And you see that there's 9 or 10 comments on it already, even though it was only posted a few minutes ago. Comment. 50% of marriages end in divorce. Comment. Bear Dad was fake anyway, I don't miss his content. Comment. They were all supposed to live vlog their trip to Ratland this week. I hope that hasn't changed.
It's Ratland.
Uh,
I want to know.
I wanna
Ratland is a really famous amusement park down in Florida.
Oh,
I've-
I'm stupid.
I've-
Sorry, I thought
I've-
it was about rats.
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Comment deleted. Comment, dude, don't say stuff like that. Don't be weird. Which of you that isn't Lexi is most likely to have a Tea Kettle account, the popular blogging service that a few years back went through a content purge that got rid of all of the adult material, only for the site to nearly die?
Me. I miss the
Excellent.
old one.
That's true. That's true.
It makes sense, actually.
I miss the old one. It was better back then.
Amazing. Smol, over your morning cup of... Are you a coffee drinker or a tea drinker?
Coffee all the way.
For sure. Over your morning cup of coffee, when you pull up your Tea Kettle app on your tablet, the first thing that you see is a screenshot of a post with the username scratched over in red. The popular post type where someone will simply repost something someone else has said without giving them the credit.
Mm-hmm.
While the username is not there, the text says, "You guys won't believe what happened to me yesterday. I'm pretty sure I finally managed to actually shift while conscious. I logged into Minecraft, and somehow it was like I was actually there. It was my dream come true," and that's where the text cuts off. The post says, "People like this give us a bad name." First comment, cringe. Second comment, "If they can do it, maybe we're getting closer to piercing the veil between." Third comment, kids these days, shaking my head. Z and Tim, do either of you watch television?
Tim, I'm too busy winning.
Yeah, Tim, you seem like the type that when you wake up in the morning, you put protein powder in your coffee.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
That's
That
disgusting.
should be illegal.
well, that's why I'm winning, and you guys are less winning.
Amazing. Do either of you consume any type of media in the mornings?
Basically, I just watch my highlight reels because perfection.
Like your own highlight reel?
Yeah, but basically, yeah, just because you always want to improve, but there's just no way to improve. So it's just you just surround yourself with perfection all the time, and you will just stay on top, basically.
We start so strong with you, Tim.
Z is normally up early making pastries, probably with like a podcast or some kind of audio playing.
Yeah, that tracks. You follow a couple different podcasts. Are you the like narrative podcast type person, or are you like a gossip podcast type?
Probably a healthy mix.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. The episode of the Magnet Archives that you were listening to before has finished, and your next cue is like a sort of like talk show style thing where three brothers talk about things that have happened recently and make jokes and give people advice. But the audio for it doesn't seem to want to load. So you open up your YTube app to see if it's been uploaded there so that you can just leave that on and listen to the audio while you're making your pastries. But you see, like, top left, the first video that's recommended to you is a news video posted 15 to 20 minutes ago or so. Strange disappearances. As the app is open, it sort of starts doing its little, like, preview play, and you see a building that you recognize. It's Pepperport High School, which is in your town. So, out of curiosity, your thumb just kind of taps the video, and it comes up. It's a local news station. A woman with far too over-manicured nails and hair that looks like it's got enough hairspray in it to kill a man, looks directly into the camera. A strange disappearance has police and rescue personnel on the lookout today for a local high school teacher, Milo Grafton, and third-year high school student, Elizabeth Button. When Grafton did not show up for work at Pepperport High School, the administration called his home to find his wife at her wits' end looking for him. She reports that he was there at his desk one moment, and then gone before her eyes the next. Couple this with the sudden similar disappearance of Miss Button, plus the fact that the two of them were involved in the same club at their school, and the situation begins to look dire. More on this story as it develops. So, friends, what kind of stuff do you do during your day? Knowing what you have what you know already, experiencing what you have experienced. Lexi, what does your day sort of look like?
When I'm not at college, I'll be either going out with like a couple of my close friends and just like staying out of my house, or just sitting in my room all day.
This tracks. What's today look like? Is this a go out day or is this a stay home day?
It's a go out day. Why not?
Excellent, excellent. The local like burger joint is a relatively popular place for you and your friends to go. There is a milkshake there that they do with like a blueberry and a strawberry and a vanilla that swirls together to make a very pleasing combo of colors. And while it might be called like the Birds of Paradise shake, you guys have your own nicknames for it.
Yep.
But as you are there, you are hanging out with a couple of your friends, and one of them pulls up the clock app that you saw earlier today, and scrolls to the next one to see that this is from the same account, that drama account one. It is a stitch of the account for Lanny Vanny. And it says it's this woman that looks like she's put on quite a lot of makeup. She's like got a ring light behind the camera and everything, and you can tell that she's trying really hard to be very dramatic about it. But something about what she says makes you think that this might be slightly more genuine than just a family blogger. And she's saying, I don't know where my husband is. It's just like he disappeared. Maybe he's planning something for our trip to Ratland and we just don't know about it, but surely he would have told me. We're just a little bit worried. Stay tuned. When we find him, we'll let you know. And then the gossip tuber comes back and starts talking about like, oh, if you look in the background, you can see that there's like 3 pieces of Ratland merch instead of 4. Scandal, divorce, etc., etc. But there is a like the things that the gossip person says are not interesting. You just kind of catch that that little look that this lady's got that says, I'm on camera and I know it, but something about what I'm saying is a little bit more genuine. Do you have any other things that you would want to do during your day?
Can I drop a message in Small's Discord?
Yes, absolutely. Small, you have a pretty like popular Discord. Your content does draw quite a lot of people to like come and hang out in the like general chat area. And you've got at any given time maybe 75 or 80 active like online users. But a message pops up from Lexi. You two know each other. Like, you've hung out online, at least, right?
Yeah, because Lexi's a VIP in my chat.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it. So then, yeah. The message pops up in the server. Lexi, are you doing like a DM, or are you posting it directly into one of the channels?
Probably just in the channels. I don't know that we like I'm comfortable DMing per se.
Yeah, we're not necessarily, maybe not at that level, or at
No,
least
Fair
it's
enough.
Very,
I
it's
don't
like a
respond.
parasocial kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, very parasocial.
Lexi, what do you say?
Did you see the news about Bear at Small?
And then I'm gonna reply like, yeah, what is going on? Like, like real confused.
This is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of freaked out, and then other people are probably chiming in the chat like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
Like trying to have a personal chat, but like everybody's jumping in. Like,
And we're all like,
Yeah.
never mind, don't worry about it. Like, fine.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's the both of you have seen this thing. You are aware of it. And that is somewhat disconcerting. Nevertheless. Excellent. Speak of that, by the way, Small, what kind of stuff do you do during your day?
Even though I'm a content creator, I have a real job, so I'm probably at my real job. And then also chronically online at my real job because I have the ability to just screw around on my phone for a lot of the day if I'm not traveling.
Excellent.
So I'm fielding a lot of DMs. I'm probably hopping into other people's chats and saying hi and just sort of keeping an eye on what's going on during the day.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. No reason why we can't do that. One of the things that catches your attention big style is that there has been a weird and distinct lack of a morning stream from a pretty popular streamer on Punch. It seems that the morning stream for Golden God simply did not happen today.
Let's go.
Weird.
And there are a lot of people talking that, like, oh, maybe he actually got banned from Punch as well. Serves this dude right, that kind of business. Your corner of the internet is very much anti-Golden God.
Yeah, for sure. Like I probably would see stuff like that and then be like, that's weird, but not be concerned because I'm like, oh, thank goodness he finally got banned. Like, what a jerk. You know, like I'm not upset that he's gone.
For sure.
I just saw Rubik's comment. Hell yeah.
You know, if we can make the world one step better, then so much the better for it.
Absolutely cracking up. No disagreements here.
Oh, amazing.
I'm not sure if I should put hype in chat for that or not.
Amazing. Very, very good. Oh, wonderful. Hey, Z, what about you? After having made your pastries and things, what does your day look like?
So Z has gone back to school to go to culinary school. So they're likely studying, and probably making more pastries. Like that's the day.
Okay, this tracks.
And maybe delivering the pastries to friends.
Wonderful, wonderful, yeah. It is difficult to sort of like be on social media or anything while you are at the thing, but you do hear people gossiping. There is a sort of like undercurrent of this kind of gossip about the weird disappearance that happened at the high school a couple towns over, where a teacher and a student both disappeared at the same time, and people are starting to be like, was this a kidnapping? That kind of business. And you hear one of them mention the name that came up, Milo Grafton. You recognize that name, or at least a portion of it. Milo Grafton is the name of the history teacher, the one that makes the Minecraft videos. That's Milo the Builder. Weird. Well, wherever he's gone somewhere. You find the rest of your day tends to be pretty, like, go, 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 until you are done with your culinary school work. And once you've gotten your stuff delivered, you find that it's a little bit easier now to have the capability to relax. And at that, hey, Tad, your morning is pretty accounted for making sure that your highlight reels highlight the correct bits of you. But what's the rest of your day look like for you?
Well, when I'm not winning, I'm training. So not only am I honing my gaming skills, I am perfecting, which is hard to do, my IRL physique, which is literally a shrine to winning.
While you were studying,
Excellent.
he was studying the blade. I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh God, amazing. Tim, you go to the local gym franchise, Silver's Gym, that is popular because there are tons of them all over the place. So no matter where you are in the country, you can find a Silver's Gym, and your membership gets you in. There is an advertising campaign going on right now from Silver's Gym that is the thing that got you to get the membership to this gym specifically, where a bodybuilder called Terry McAllister does a bunch of like commercials where he plays Minecraft on mobile devices while doing workout stuff. So like you see the screen shows like Minecraft Pocket Edition, and then it zooms out and it shows like this ripped dude on a stair stepper machine, and then he looks up at the camera and does a thumbs up. And then there's another one where it shows like Minecraft on the Switch, and it shows the background behind the Switch just kind of moving back and forth, and it zooms out and it's him like doing sit-ups on a machine holding the Switch in front of him, and then he looks at the camera and does a big thumbs up. That's the thing that made you get the membership to this gym specifically, because that's two of your favorite things in one space: getting ripped and doing cube stuff.
Correct.
When you are at the gym that day, you see a new commercial. They play their own commercials in their gym. You see a brand new one show up, and it's Terry McAllister, and he's hanging by one arm from a pull-up bar while he is putting stuff into a crafting table on his telephone. And he looks up and then drops down to the ground and gives this big dumb thumbs up. And it's difficult to get any other sort of like gossip or news or anything with the kind of day that you have. But Minecraft is on your mind, that is for certain. How do each of you feel about the thing that happened yesterday, that challenge and all of the strange things that went down? Like
Go ahead.
Tim, what's the vibe like?
Feeling good. Victory's a victory. We won. Came out on top. As always, I had to carry my teammates across the finish line, but that's normal. That's normal for Tim.
Christ.
Tim is the best, and it's just
I can't.
maybe one day Tim will find an equal, but I mean, even Terry, like Tim taught Terry everything. Tim just doesn't want, Tim doesn't want that spotlight. He just wants to win. That's all. Terry wants to be a showman. That's fine. Have fun.
Oh my God, amazing.
Absolutely unreal.
Oh God. Small, what about you? What's the vibe like?
I think Small is starting to get a little bit concerned because, like, I'm very online. People have been DMing me. Like, I'm now starting to like see, because I also do occasionally scroll the clock app at lunch. Like, I now have seen probably like the thing where that blogger dad from that family that abuses their children basically is missing or whatever. So like I'm starting to be like, that's concerning. So like I'm a little worried probably, and starting to be like, what do I do? Like
Excellent, very good.
It's a little weird.
Okay, good. What about you, Z? What's the vibe like for you?
Like when you watch a bunch of like suspenseful horror things and you're deeply uncomfortable, but you gotta know how it ends. So she's like, what is actually happening? Like she's kind of concerned about like the bringing the cookie into the game and everything, but she also like needs to know what happens next. And there's maybe like a little bit of a voice in the back of their head saying like, oh, if we finish it, then maybe everyone will just come back.
Excellent. And what about you, Lexi? What's the vibe?
I'm also deeply uncomfortable with this. I think I'm honestly debating going back. I probably will for the exact same reason as Z. But I'm very uncomfortable, even though I killed a transphobe.
Well, I mean, you got to take the highs and lows, I suppose.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, you know.
But at about 8 p.m. or so, each of you get a notification on your mobile phones for another email from that same one from before, highstakesgame@minecraft.com. And the title of the email, the subject just says, Challenge 2 begins soon. Is there anyone who is not going to log in?
I feel like I have to. Like my curiosity as a person would not allow me to not log back in, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well.
You know, like I'm worried about the ethical like implications of the fact that we might have actually killed a transphobe, but but I also really need to know like what's going on.
All right, excellent. With everyone now sitting in front of their computers at their desks and such, is there anything that anyone wants to do right before they log in?
I feel like it'd be really cool if my like parents were shouting at me as I logged in, and I used that as a way to get away.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, things are not 100% comfortable in your home at any given time. Things today were slightly more tense, and through your bedroom door, you can hear your father saying some things about how, you know, the video games that you're playing ain't gonna get you nowhere. You want to get yourself back in line and like whatever. I don't know if that's what your father's going to sound like, obviously, but that's the way that the parody version of him, who's like wearing a ridiculous hat and has a big red nose or whatever in your head, sounds.
Yeah.
And you look back and click the login button, and things go quiet. Does anyone else want to do anything right before? When the light clears, you find yourself standing once again in something that looks very much like Minecraft. Today, you find yourselves at the foot of a very cool sort of aesthetic-looking mountain island way down at the bottom. And you look up and you see that it's, 75, 80, maybe 100 blocks tall up to the top. And there are 15 of you that you all see sort of like popping in around the same time. The 4 of you recognize each other immediately, and you recognize a few of the others as well. You remember, of course, 3Z, Zambo, Zambo, Zambo. You remember Silent Assassin, who did her best to try to stab at least one of you. You remember Luca, the mod maker. You remember Lightning Vic. One of you really remembers Lightning Vic. And those are the 4 that you met yesterday that are like significant people that you do remember. But there are a bunch of other usernames as well. They're just kind of like all spread outwards. For a few minutes, people sort of just mill about. Some people like punch the trees and get a couple logs out of it, that kind of business. But you find that you have in your possession the items that you had when you were logged out yesterday. So the fancy bow is still there, the fancy lantern is still there, but you do not have the one remaining special flower that you had picked up in the garden. You also still have your basic tools, as well as a couple of the sort of like random blocks that were in the pouch of holding. Who had that when we logged out last?
I think I did.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
That tracks. So, Smol, you have that thing still, and in addition, everyone's
Yes, yes.
also got all the other stuff there. Tim, you are probably wearing a different hoodie, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Almost idly, you kind of like reach up and like flick with your thumb where the string for your hoodie should be, and this string is still there. You can feel it. So it seems like maybe things have reset back to where they were. Everyone looks, everyone's health goes back up to completely full. Everyone starts with 10 hearts. However, the wounds that you received in the game yesterday still have little leftovers. Like, you can still feel the slight tenderness of the shoulders where you were burned. Tim, you can still feel the, like, scab of where the arrow nicked your arm. It seems like that persists. You 4 are nearest to each other when the lady in the red dress shows up once again. She is floating on a single block of glass, about 20 blocks up above all of you. As she looks down, you see all 15 of you sort of like turn and look up in that direction. And she kind of like sweeps back and forth over all of you. And a timer appears above her head. It's currently set to 00:00. She takes a deep breath. Welcome back to the Armor of Wishes contest server. The 15 of you have completed the previous challenge and are now invited to participate in the second elimination challenge. Only one of you will finish all 3 challenges to receive the ultimate reward, possession of the Armor of Wishes, which can grant your heart's desire to you. And she motions out with one hand, and a sort of window opens up near her. It looks almost like what an end portal would look like if you could see through the texture. And on the other side of it, you see a sort of like iridescent pearly gold armor with this blue kind of energy crackling off it in all directions. And it sits on an armor stand. and it sort of like rotates very slowly to give you all a view of it. This shimmering, crackling, dark bluish energy seems to be radiating in and out of this metal, perhaps, armor. It looks, just aesthetically, really pleasing. But further, looking at it with your own eyes really kind of makes you want it. It feels a little weird, but boy oh boy, does that thing look like it's something that you should be wearing. She snaps her fingers, and suddenly, that little window disappears. This challenge is designed to reduce the number of participants down to 8 or fewer. The challenge is as follows. You will be transported into the Forge of Desires in the Nether, where new materials spawn for use in forging and enchanting items. Within the time limit, you must craft a key with enough enchantment and power in it to open one of the locked doors in the forge. You may, of course, use your time to collect resources and craft other things. But anyone who has not passed through a door at the end of the 6-hour time limit will be eliminated. And as she says this, the timer above her head scrolls rapidly up to show 6 hours. As before, 1 hour into the challenge, and every hour thereafter, 2 panoptica will be released into the forge. If a player is eliminated by a panoptica, any materials, items, and equipment they might have been holding will also be eliminated. Should a player be eliminated by any other method, their equipment, materials, and other items will remain. The challenge ends when 8 players have passed through a door, or when time runs out. Once the challenge ends, all players who have passed through a door will be invited to the 3rd and final round. You have 10 minutes to prepare before the transportation to the forge will begin. And then she brings her hands together in front of her and goes quiet.
We're doomed.
Very quickly, everyone else begins to sort of like shuffle and like start looking around. There are some people that kind of like run forward and dive into one of the caves in the side of the mountain. One of them pulls like a stone pickaxe out as they're running. You've got 10 minutes before the thing begins. What would you like to do?
I think we should try to get some resources before this starts.
We have a crafting table.
Yeah, we should still have that. We have, according to my bag of holding, some planks, some sticks, 14 wood, 2 cobble, 2 gray wool, a furnace, 4 torches, and a crafting table.
Are we still going to
That
work
is accurate.
together?
I'm sorry?
Are we agreed to all still work together?
Don't think we have a choice, right?
Oh, you guys are not put into a group this time.
Right.
Oh. I mean, it worked for us pretty well last time, except for, I mean, we could get rid of Tim. I wouldn't be
get
upset.
rid of Tim, I won't lie.
I mean, if you guys want to move on to the next round, I guess I can carry you across the finish line again. I'm humble that way.
God.
God.
Taking everything in my cat body not to smack you. And I know you're
amazing. As you guys are discussing this, 3Z kind of comes up, and she's got a bundle of like sticks and leaves and stuff under one arm, and she is picking up more of them as she goes. And she says, 8 of us. They want 8. Well, you've got 4 and we've got 4. Do you want to keep up the alliance from last round? I see no reason why we shouldn't work together.
I mean, honestly, that's not a terrible idea.
I guess there are worse people we could be teamed up with.
We already know that they won't necessarily screw us over because they didn't last time.
That's true.
At that, you hear a kind of like, "Ah, man, really?" And then Silent Assassin steps out from behind one of the tree trunks and slides their iron sword back into their bag. Goes, here I thought I was going to have a chance to come and backstab one of you guys, but if we're working together, then I guess not.
Tim makes a mental note to stab Silent Assassin later.
There, of course, then coming up as well are Luca and Lightning Vic. Luca, you see, is kind of slow-moving and a little bit despondent. Lightning Vic, on the other hand, like, if you could tell what features were on Lightning Vic's face, you might think that they are concerned or worried. And Vic kind of, like, walks forward to where all of you guys are, and leans in and he says, I couldn't get a hold of my editor today. So I went over to their apartment and I knocked and nobody answered. So I tried the door and the door was unlocked and... well, they were still logged in to the Minecraft client, but there was no one there. They wouldn't have left their apartment with the door unlocked, still logged in, like with the heater still going and everything. Something is weird. I also
Weird.
couldn't get a hold of Dr. Blaze Master either. He and I were going to do a collab. We were going to try to do a race. We were going to build like a really long like ice race track, and I can't get a hold of him either. I'm a little worried. Like, are you guys worried too?
Yes.
Yeah, we're a little worried. We kind of talked about it before we logged back in. Like, are these people actually like unalived, or are they just somewhere else? Like, could we die? Like, I don't know.
A short pause while everyone kind of like considers, and then from up above, the woman in red speaks. That is correct. Should you find yourself eliminated while in the game, you will be eliminated permanently.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you for trying.
It's a good thing we're winning.
This is not the time for that, Tim. Not
It is the
time.
time. It is the time for that. Don't worry.
Furthermore,
I'll make sure
you
we
may
win.
wish to know this piece of information. Should you decide not to log in for the challenge that you are invited, you will also be eliminated.
See?
The stakes of this game are high.
I feel like this should have been in the small print. Like I read the small print of the email, and it was not in there.
Victory is the only option.
Like you can't just invite like a load of people to a server and then kill them. That's not how this works. That's not legal. Come
Apparently.
on.
Apparently.
The lady in red just kind of like stands there blankly. You have 6 minutes and 12 seconds left before the transportation begins.
No, I'm not dropping this. Who are you?
The question goes unanswered.
Can I
You can certainly try to do something. Which action would you like to try to take?
Communicate effectively.
By all means, then. Go
Oh.
ahead and roll for adventure.
I forgot that my adventure stat is absolutely awful.
It isn't great, is it? No. You sort of like push a little more with that last question, but like the tone in your voice seems to get a negative response, and the lady in red simply turns her head to look at some of the others that are currently like gathering resources and
Wow.
such.
Wow. That's
Can
wow.
while that's all going on, can Tim would like to observe the surroundings to see if there's anything we can use. to win.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll spectator for me. Excellent. And 8 gets you one of the questions on this list.
What is most useful to me here?
You take a moment to sort of look around and just like take in your surroundings. This is the thing that you always do when you're doing like the challenges, the like 100-day challenges, right? Where like if you spawn into a place, the first thing that you need to do is find the resources. And you see that there are a few chickens that are kind of like running around on one of the slopes nearby. You see that there is some fish in the water. And you also see a single block sticking out of the side of the mountainside that looks like it is a coal block.
Hmm. Right. Let's grab some chicken because food is going to be necessary.
It is not difficult for you to do. You go up and very easily murder all 3 of the chickens, and you now have 3 raw chicken in your inventory.
Nice.
Smole and Z, what are you 2 up to?
Z would like to stress eat one of her cookies, or one of their cookies, and do the thing that they always do first in Minecraft, which is to look for a dog and a skeleton for bones to make friends with that dog.
What kind of cookies did you bake today?
Chocolate chip. Just regular chocolate chip.
Excellent, excellent. You sort of idly reach over to where your desk's cookie stack is, and when you have the cookie in your hand, you take a look at it, and it looks like a cookie, like a Minecraft cookie should, and you hear a sort of rustle, like footsteps maybe, in one of the little like shallow caves nearby to you. And looking into that cave, you see 2 little, like, dots of light. A set of eyes. Which is weird, because, like, wolves do not generally hang out in caves. They generally hang out, out in the trees and that kind of business, but you sort of, like, shift a little bit and you see, sitting there inside of this cave is what appears to be a dog. Like an actual tamed dog already. It is on a lead, and the end of the lead goes down to what appears to be a skeleton laying face down, unmoving inside the cave.
I don't like this.
I please observe my surroundings.
By all means, go ahead and roll spectator for me. Amazing. You observe your surroundings. You see that there is a dog with a lead that goes to a skeleton.
You don't see much. It's dark.
I guess I go to like pet the like is the skeleton you said it was face down?
Face down, unmoving.
I guess I want to just like give it a nudge with my foot.
As you walk forward and kind of tap it with the toe of your shoe, the bones fall apart into a sort of particle effect. And where the skeleton was, there is a single bone item that kind of like floats there above the ground. And the lead also pops off of the hand and floats above the ground as well. The dog remains there, just kind of like sits and looks over at you. And then looks down at the cookie that's in your hand, then looks over at the bone. Looks back up at you and then looks at the bone again.
I'm gonna pick up the lead and the bone and then offer the bone to the puppy. Be like, hey little guy. I'm a friend. Would you like this bone?
Would you kindly perhaps roll communicate effectively for me? Plus adventure, if you'd be so kind.
Oof.
7 is the lowest you can get and still be successful. The communication that is trying to happen here is one of a very basic nature that is just, hey, are you cool? And when you offer the bone to the dog, it stands up, like lopes forward a couple steps, and then the bone is gone, and the dog has a couple hearts that like fly up from the top of its head. And you see that there is a tag, a name tag, hanging from its leash. Or not its leash, its collar. And it is currently blank.
I want to take the name tag and name this dog Jones. And just kind of like scratch into the name tag the name Jones.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. As you are holding it, you just kind of like, okay, Jones it is. And when you apply it back to the dog... Z, do you have a pet in real life?
I don't have the time.
This is fair, this is fair. When you apply this tag to the dog, it kind of like stands up and shakes like a dog might if it's got water on it, and then when it looks back up at you, you see that the dog actually looks kind of more like a dog now, rather than a Minecraft dog. You see that like it's actually got, you know, like feet with toes, and you can see its like individual tail hairs, and it's got like teeth that are not squares. And you can almost feel like a mental connection with it. You think that maybe your new little friend there is able to perform things for you through or instead of you. You can choose 2 of the basic moves that this friend Jones will help you with. Which 2 moves would you like for him to be able to do?
I would like Jones to be able to help me communicate effectively.
Excellent.
And also to react quickly.
Wonderful. When you are doing those things and Jones is there to help, you get +1 to either of those rolls. Excellent work. In the meantime, while that was happening, Small, what are you up to?
I've been chopping some trees. I've been mining some stone. I've been looking for iron unsuccessfully, probably. Can I roll to like observe my surroundings or like look for materials that I want specifically?
Absolutely. Kindly go ahead and do that whilst I change the battery in my
That's
headphones.
spectator, right?
Correct.
Excellent. 9. Why am I so good at...
Opa.
I'm looking for iron.
Heck. My sound suddenly got weird. Give me just a moment. We need this to be the correct thing. There we are, and then we need the desktop audio to also be the correct thing. Sorry about that, my headphones just like completely blew up. Amazing. Switch the device. There we go. Can you guys hear me? Excellent. Sheesh, that was wild. Sorry about that. Okay. With a 9 on the spectator, you can ask one question from the list that is shortly above it. Alternatively, I've posted it again.
Tools.
Okay, excellent. You do see the coal block, like had been mentioned.
Sick.
Further into this cave that you saw Z hop into and meet a small furry friend, you see the glitter of what might be a lapis block. Not a block, a lapis ore. But also, up near the height of the lady in red, if you look like straight back behind her into the dirt part of the thing, you see that one of those blocks is a vine block, like the ones that you were able to move through in the last challenge. And looking pretty close, you see that behind those vines is a chest.
Ooh, can I very quickly inspect the chest for? Is it?
Heck,
Can
hang
I
on.
look
Why
at
is
it to see if it's a
my
true
sound has
chest?
gone wild again? A
Bad
moment,
sound,
if
ding
you'd
dong.
be so kind. Why is this happening to me? How could this happen to me?
When it cut out just now. The way it cut out. Absolutely perfect. Somebody clip that thing on.
Okay, now I can hear you again, but it is not the correct thing. Blast and blast also twice. This must be the...
Big scram. Yeah, as I'm well known for saying, as I would say, scram.
There we go. All right, we're back where we're supposed to be. Sorry about all that.
You're fine. Not your
Yes,
fault.
the chest and all of that sort of business. So,
I would like to roll to inspect the little chesty boy because I don't trust him. To see if it's a trap chest, which I think is also spectator.
that is correct, if you'd be so kind.
Rolling the dice, 9 again.
Oh my god, man.
We're rolling 9s today.
You leave some good rolls for the rest of us.
I am a
like,
powerful
jeez.
kitty wizard, and I just roll wonderfully.
6 and a 1 as well.
Oh yeah, go ahead and ask one of those questions then.
Is something here dangerous? Am I in danger?
I mean, in a grand sense, yes, of course you are in danger. But
Am I in immediate danger?
this chest specifically seems to be simply hidden and not trapped.
Wonderful.
What you do notice, though, is the lady in red is looking at you while you investigate it.
I am going to ignore her because I just think she's a jerk, and I'm gonna look in the chest.
All right, would you kindly roll a d10 for me, please?
Yes. It's
/ roll 1d10.
that was yep. I got a 6.
Let's see.
not
1,
bad.
2,
I'll take
3,
it.
4, 5, 6. Excellent. You grab the top of the chest and pop it open, and on the inside you see a knife. Like, it's not as long as a sword.
Okay.
It's definitely about like from maybe tip of the fingers to mid forearm.
Okay.
but it is certainly there. And furthermore, it is a very shiny and very shimmering knife.
Ooh.
When you use this knife to attack something that you are standing next to and that does not see or expect your attack, you roll survival and add 2 to the roll.
Ooh.
There are some other things that will go on with it, but this is essentially an exceptionally sneaky knife.
Excellent. Thank you.
The woman in red, like you sort of glance back with the knife in your hand, and you see the woman in red just almost imperceptibly nod at you.
Okay.
You
yeah,
have
that's cool.
15 seconds before the transportation begins.
Is there anything else in the chest?
There is not. That is the only object.
Okay, cool. Then I am going to break the chest and bring it with me.
Hey, excellent.
Why not? And start heading back to my group.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, you like look back, you bonk the chest a few times, it poop into the little like small cube, and you just grab it and then run back to the other 4, or the other 3 rather. Your party and 3Z's party sort of stay close together for a moment. And the lady in red goes 3, 2, 1, begin. And with a sudden jolt, you find yourself kind of shimmer, and then you are thrust into a nether biome.
Oh lord. In danger.
Why did it have to be a basalt delta? Why would you do this
Yeah,
to us?
right.
There is a sort of haze in the air as like little bits of what might be ash or perhaps like dust sort of like floats down in the air around you. And when you look directly behind you, you see a humongous, like black stone furnace that on the inside, where there's like a huge, like a wide-mouthed opening, inside there are tons of anvils and crafting tables. There are boxes and barrels, and there are like potion stands and all manner of tools inside. There's also a large sort of pool of water next to a large pool of lava. And there is a pair of doors. Very large, 4x4 doors. They use the same texture as a normal door, but stretched out to be this big square. They are like a sort of dark red wood, like you might see made from that stuff that you can get from the nether. And they've got a big keyhole directly in the center. Maybe, say, a foot tall or so. Made for a large key. You hear the noises of the other players as they all sort of whoop, whoop, whoop around you as well. In addition to, somewhat further off in the biome outside, the noise of piglins. The noise of a ghast. The rattle of skeleton bones. You're in the nether. But there's something a little different about it, and you're not quite sure what yet. The woman in red's voice echoes. There are 4 new crafting materials that you may be able to pick up. Should you find them, you should make good use of them. Good luck. When you look down off the edge of a nearby sort of like block edge, you see that there's about a 50 block drop down into a big flat lava pit. There's bits of glowstone hanging from the ceiling. This looks like pretty standard nether. There's just something about it that you can't put your finger on. So, friends, what would you like to do?
Like we're all just like,
Yeah. Aside from wondering why there's water in the nether.
yeah, that doesn't really check out.
Pictured it like a cauldron.
I guess
A
that is
cauldron,
technically
yeah,
a
okay, cauldron.
Still, that's weird. This is the pre-113 nether where you could bug water into it.
Well, there's been a lot
Minecraft
of
style.
stuff. There's been kind of a lot of like weird stuff here and there that's like, hang on, these are bits from like previous versions of Minecraft that have been patched out or like completely changed, and yet they are active here. And they're like from way like very different versions as well. This doesn't feel like it's just a standard Minecraft.
Should we try to regroup with our allies?
The 8 of you sort of stand relatively close to each other, though almost instantly, Silent Assassin pulled their iron sword out and looks around and sort of like puts their back up against a block. Lightning Vic kind of like scopes around, hops up on top of a couple of the nearby blocks and like takes a good look around. And the first thing that you see is a familiar username. Especially all of you who are content creators or that like watch content made about or surrounding Minecraft that is not just Minecraft itself. You recognize a username, Durf Regurk. Less of a Minecraft player and more of a filmmaker. He's the type of person that will make like Minecraft animatics. And what he does is shot-for-shot remakes of famous horror movies, but in Minecraft. He's extremely popular on Clock app because he will make scenes from iconic movies that are cubic and in Minecraft style. And he's been copyright struck a couple times for using audio ripped directly from movies that are just brand new. But for the most part, like, he has a Patreon and he's got about 750 people that give him money for it every month. So he is a full-time Minecraft movie maker. You see him just kind of like step forward near to the big door that you can see through the entrance to this gigantic furnace. And he just kind of like puts his hand up and taps the lock, and it shakes a little bit on the door. And then he looks back at everyone else and then just kind of like shrugs a little bit. And you see him reach down to his hip and he pulls out his recipe book and flicks through it. And he goes, "Does anyone know how to make a key?"
Are we in an escape room? Rubik's!
Why would you think that?
I wonder why. I might wonder if we're in an escape room.
Tim would like to observe the surroundings.
Yeah, go ahead and make that roll for me then. Please roll plus the thing.
Spectator.
Yeah, spectator. I could not remember the word. God.
The thing.
Rubik's.
Hey. A 10 is not bad. Yeah, in doing the observation, you can ask 2 of the questions from this list.
What can I use here?
Absolutely. The first of those questions is, what can I use here? And looking around, you see there are the standard resources that you would find in this specific biome in the Nether. There are the mobs that are somewhat nearby that are carrying gold swords. Some of them have gold armor on. The somewhat morbid thought comes that you might use the stuff that other people have got if they're not using it anymore. And how about your second question?
What is most useful to me here?
The thing that you think is most useful to you right now might be the mobs that you see.
Mm-hmm.
You think that, like, they're carrying items. And you know that, like, if you fight a mob that has, you know, a sword or something, they don't always drop the sword when you kill them. But, I mean, things feel different here. Not everything acts the way that Minecraft normal does. So
Right.
there's a chance that you might be able to get something from them.
Do I notice if these mobs are zombified or not zombified?
They are currently not zombified.
Okay.
You can see 3 piglins nearby. One of them has got like a gold helmet and a gold sword. One of them has got a gold breastplate and a gold sword, and the other just has a sword.
Okay. I think we should start taking these piglins out for their weapons, but
I mean, it's a possibility.
That seems unsafe.
we're here to win, not be safe.
Wow.
Amazing.
Informed as always, Tim.
I mean, you know, Tim's got the ideas of what he wants to do.
Yeah. I should just like stop having ideas, right, Tim? And you can just, do it all for us.
So, would you like to watch my highlight reel again?
No, you sent it to me. I didn't watch it. I'm
Oh,
gonna be honest.
jeez.
Well,
I was
I mean,
too busy not caring.
that's why I have to carry you again across the finish line. But that's fine.
Oh, boy.
I'm that humble.
I swear to God, if it comes down to 7 people left and it's me or you to cross the finish line, I'm pushing you back.
Wow. That's why I'm selfless. And
Right,
I guess you're not.
So you do this? Would you push me over the finish line in a different situation, in the same situation?
Well, no, because I would be first, so I would be pulling you across.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't be pushing you. I'd be pulling you across because
Right.
I've already finished.
Sure.
This is how this works. I mean, I thought it was pretty clear earlier, but that's fine.
Right. God, let's stop wasting time. I'm gonna go find Vic, who is somehow more tolerable than you.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Wowzers. Yeah, so Lightning Vic has sort of hopped over to some of the glowstone that is nearby and has been smacking it with a stone pickaxe to gather the dust from it. As you approach, he looks back, and you can almost feel the smirk on his stupid face as he goes, I mean, I got here first if you want to get second pick.
I immediately regret my decision. Yeah. I'll just silently go and grab some glowstone.
He kind of leans over and he goes, I'm not comfortable, like, at all here, like, to like, step behind the veil for just a second. I'm
No.
actually, like, really afraid.
Yeah, you and me both.
And if we're being completely honest, I think that it might be in our best interest to try to, like, I don't know, maybe eliminate some of the other players before we get eliminated?
I don't know. No, you know, no. I don't want to kill someone.
It can't be, like, it can't be real though, right? Like, it super cannot be that, like, if you die in the game, you die in real. That sounds so stupid. It, like, somebody's got to be going and, like, kidnapping the people that are you know, being eliminated in the game or something like that. It's so dumb. It can't be real, right? Tell me it's not real.
I can't. Have you seen? Like, people are just disappearing in like a split second. That's not. No. I can't believe it's just kidnappings. You just gotta take the Red Lady at her word.
I don't like that woman. If I get the chance, I'm gonna try to clock her. Because if she's the one that's doing all of this, maybe knocking her out's gonna get us somewhere else, you know?
Maybe.
think-
I don't know.
That's a plan I can get behind.
Yeah, we should encourage Vic to go do that. I'm sure that'll
Excellent.
work out really well.
While that conversation is happening, Small, what are you up to?
I'm kind of walking around and inspecting things. Like, I noticed the mobs, and I'm sort of looking for one with like a key in its hand or its mouth or something. Or just maybe like a part of a key. I'm just kind of inspecting and also listening to what everyone else is talking about.
Oh, even better. Yeah, go ahead and observe your surroundings for me, please.
10. Me and my
Dang.
absolutely
I
fabulous
swear,
rolls.
I'm gonna scream. I'm sorry.
Me and the devil. Small, go ahead and ask 2 questions, please.
I'm gonna sort of change. Can I sort of modify who here can help me to like, can some of the mobs here help me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that one.
So, the mobs that you can currently see from where you are the 3 piglins that are armed and armored in various ways. Further on and kind of around a corner, you see a ghast that kind of like floats in and out of view around this corner. And then far down and across that lava lake, you can see what appears to be the end of a bridge that would lead into like another stronghold, where you see a tall black skeleton. None of
We
them
might wanna go
have
there.
possible. None of them have anything that looks like a key, but one of the piglins, the one that just has a sword, sort of like reaches down to its side and then holds out a piece of paper to the other 2 piglins. And they kind of like look at it for a moment, and then all of them seem to like shrug a little bit, and then it puts the paper back down at its side and the paper disappears.
That's sus.
And your second question?
My second question, is an NPC threatening? Can I hear if any of the players are actively plotting against our allyship, our ally group?
Why, yes, Small, you can.
Good.
You see sort of like over in a little group, there are 3 people. There's one of them that is Small. You have a Tea Kettle account.
Yep.
You are the type that would spend time there, so you actually probably have come across Uncanny Callie a couple times already. Callie
Okay.
is to Minecraft what furries are to animals. She identifies as a Minecraft character and has built her complete, like, IRL personality around emulating as much of the Minecraft world as she possibly can in real life. She is the #1 top poster on Tea Kettle under the tag #Minecraft shifting. She has a very expensive looking, incredibly detailed, high quality mine suit that she wears to conventions while acting in her mine Sona. And she funds all of this with a merch store that is incredibly popular with other Minecraft shifters. And you see her standing next to a girl in like a green sort of dragon onesie kind of skin. This is another one that all of you will have recognized. This is Dragon D's 66. Dragon is a high school student who got on national television for bringing an actual real metal, actually sharp, dangerous set of Minecraft tools that her dad made for her in his backyard forge to school as part of like a show and tell thing to show her friends. But the school rightfully called the police for this high school girl bringing actual real weapons onto school campus. And the police got involved, and while they finally sort of said, okay, this was an honest, like, you were just showing this stuff, you didn't intend to, like, do any bad things with these weapons on school campus, she still got in trouble for it for a while, and on Clock App, people called her Minecraft Jail Girl for, like, 6 months. You see the two of them together, having a conversation, and you hear Dragon say, well, I mean, like, you know, I train with the ones that my dad made me, like, all the time. And, you know, I bet you if we, like, sneak up behind somebody, we could probably take them out really quick. And then we take their stuff, right? So, like, you know, we wait for someone to start getting some of the interesting things, some of the stuff that we need, and then we kill them and take it. And then Callie kind of, when you're looking at Callie's movements look so much like an NPC, like a villager almost. And it stands to reason, after all, she is, in all aspects but the physical, a Minecraft character. And she goes, you make a good point. And then you see both of them look over at your group of 8. And then Dragon says, Silent Assassin looks like they're probably good at fighting. We probably won't be able to catch them, but what about this cat-looking lady?
Wow.
Dang. The betrayal. I'm gonna go back immediately and tell my group that those two Minecraft furries are plotting against us. What?
Like those exact words.
Yes, those exact words. You'll all immediately understand what I'm saying. It's fine.
Oh, amazing.
And that they're gonna try to kill me. Maybe I'm gonna kind of say like, hey, Silent Assassin, like, I know you probably want to stab somebody. Like, those people want to stab us. So, like, just, you know, if you feel like getting ahead of the game, like...
There is a noticeable shift in Silent Assassin's posture, and she sort of, like, reaches back, takes out her iron sword, and then looks over at 3Z, almost as if she's asking permission. 3Z hesitates for a moment, looks back at all of you, and then looks back at Silent Assassin and just nods. And instantly, Silent Assassin disappears behind some blocks.
Let's go. I just put a hit out on some people. In-game.
No. No.
And I think here is probably a good place for us to take our first 5-minute break.
Mhm.
We are well into the next challenge, So we'll see how everything shakes out after our 5 minutes. This is a good time for everyone to go to the bathroom, get drinks, food, etc. Take medicine if that's a thing that you have to do and have not yet done. Yeah, we will see everyone back in 5 minutes. Is that cool with everyone here?
Sounds good.
Wonderful
Yes.
then. 5-minute break then. Here we go. Now then, let's get back to it, shall we? That should be time for everyone. Let's go ahead and pop right back on over. Excellent. We return. Hi, everyone who is still in the classroom. Thank you very much for coming back from break and all of that. I mad appreciate it. It is good that everyone had the opportunity to do the things that they need to be doing. This is not what should be happening here. Why is it doing that? I sure wish it would stop doing that. There we go. Now we have it fixed. But yes, wonderful. I hope that everyone is doing okay. All of my wonderful colleagues have been able to do their break stuff as well.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. How are you feeling so far, Tad? Looking like another streak of possible wins for Tim, maybe?
Oh, feeling very confident. Very confident. Always confident.
Oh, I'm so very excited all the time. It's very funny.
I mean, honestly, if there wasn't so much dead weight to carry, Tim would have already won. So there is that to contend with. But, you know, Tim is always up for a good challenge.
Like, Tad, so many of the clips that I make from these streams are just when Tim says some, like, completely out of pocket stuff. Like, I'm going through and I'm like, that's a Tim quote, that's a Tim quote, boy, oh boy. Or like, Tim does something and everyone else is like, we should kill Tim, right?
Right, exactly. Yes. I mean, of course, that's the thing, you know. Lots of professional wrestling. The promos I've watched over the years have definitely come into play here.
Oh, I'm so happy
I'm
about
so
it.
impressed with how much you've thrown yourself into this character, Tab. Like, it's been really fun to watch.
It is so much fun. I'm having so much fun. And let me reiterate that this is absolutely not who I am. The more you guys are like, this is so good, I'm like, this is not me. Okay?
we have to make this clear.
Right.
This is not me.
Right, I do not.
Like, it's so funny because me and Small made self-inserts, and then there's also you, Tadpole. So that's like
Right.
3 or 4 of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Small's like, I'll just be me. I'm like, oh no.
It's just, dear. Oh boy.
To be fair, my attention span would not do well trying to play a character right now.
Right.
Hey, listen, what works, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
if we were physically sitting at a table, then I would definitely play a character, but when it's online and there's like quiet space while we're like waiting for things, like I just would get distracted real bad.
oh yeah, this is a thing. I'm like, oh wait, I'm obnoxious. Hold on.
I'm obnoxious. Hold on. Oh, amazing. You guys, I'm so pleased with this, and I'm so glad you guys are having a good time as well. Yeah, the vibe seems to be okay with everyone so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right then, back into the fray we go.
Just make sure Misty's here. She's still deafened.
Ah, yes, true. Misty was going to make coffee. Perhaps that coffee is still causing some issues. I mean, after all, you do have to go pretty far out to get coffee beans and things.
I return.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I had a bit of an epiphany during my coffee getting, so we'll see if it's true.
Ooh.
Okay.
Excellent work. Okay, wonderful then. So, the 4 of you, plus the now 3 of your other teammates, sort of are in the area near this gigantic furnace. What are you guys up to? Tim, you were looking around for, like, resources and that kind of business, and you saw, of course, those mobs over there. Small, you had been doing some eavesdropping and such. What about Lexi? Yeah, what about Lexi and Z?
I'm still pretending to not want to hang around Vic, but continuing to hang around Vic anyway.
Excellent. Yeah, in the process of doing this thing, you have been able to gather like 15 glowstone dust.
Yeah.
But in doing so, the two of you cleared out the entire little outcropping of glowstone that was there, and
Yeah.
as soon as the last one goes down, it gets a little bit darker in that area.
Okay. Do we have any iron?
You see Vic kind of like look back and forth a little bit, and then he kind of like hunkers down and he goes, "Yeah, I got a couple iron, but like I was trying to keep it just like for something important, just in
Like
case
a-
I needed it or something."
But like a bucket of lava.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
fun. That'd be
no,
fun.
that's
Yeah.
no, that's a great. Yeah. Here, hang on. And you see him kind of like look back and forth, and then he just like full sprints around the outside of the little area in front of the furnace, slips inside of one of the like sort of window holes, and you see him dip into the crafting table that's there, and he just slams a couple things down, picks up a bucket off of it, and then goes over to the lava, and then looks at the lava, looks at the bucket in his hands, looks back at the lava again, and then you see him look back at you and shake his head back and forth.
Oh, let me do it. Oh.
Excellent. Yeah, you approach the pool of lava. In the meantime, Z, what are you up to?
So, can I be looking through my like journal notebook that tells me how to craft things, to be looking for anything related to like a key or how to make a key?
Ah, yes. You take your recipe book up off of your hip and you flick through it. It is just as empty as it was before, except on one of the pages, the top is labeled key. But the rest of the page just has a bunch of question marks all over a 3x3 grid. And you think that since this recipe exists, there must be a way to find it.
On the paper. Maybe.
Can I just like observe my surroundings to see if there's anything like left inside, like something left inside a furnace or left inside a brewing
Ooh.
standard?
How clever. Yes, go ahead and do that for us. Roll a spectator, please.
Click on my person for this to work. 7.
7 is good enough to get one of the questions from the Observe My Surroundings. Go on.
What can I use here?
Very good. You sort of like walk around, and like the first thing that you see when you walk into the big furnace area is you see Lightning Vic standing at the edge of lava with a bucket in his hand. And then you see Lexi sort of approaching with an almost resigned step. But you sort of like tap your fingers along the furnaces that are there, the brewing stand, and what you find is that when you tap the furthest away furnace, you kind of like lean down and look into it, and you see looking back at you an almost ethereal, like light blue sort of swirling face inside the furnace, and it meets eye contact with you, and you blink, and then you see it pull back through the back of the furnace. The furnace is up against a wall, but something about you recognize that face. It's the wrong colors, but that 100% was Starseeker Amelia's skin. You remember her.
Is she one of the ones who is dead?
Do you have a list of dead characters somewhere? Or are you, on what basis are you making this claim?
I'm just trying to remember.
You did not see Starseeker Amelia die. Though you did see Milo and Dr. Blazemaster disappear with like a kind of whoop a little bit after the laser sound ostensibly got I Am a Bear 651.
Can I try to communicate effectively with the spirit in the furnace?
Oh, by all means. Go ahead and roll that adventure for me, please.
Can my dog be kind of sniffing at the furnace to help me?
Yes, you do have that specifically set that way. Excellent work. So you'll be rolling it at +1. So roll it and then add 1 to it.
Okay.
Oh!
That's a 13!
13. Um,
Well played.
yeah, that's
Very nice.
boy oh boy, is that the highest number that we have gotten so far. You can go ahead and ask one and any custom question. So you can ask one of the questions that is from this list, as well as any other question you like.
I want to ask, why are you here? Why are you stuck in the furnace?
After a second, you see the face, like the skin kind of like phase back through the back of the furnace and look back at you again. And then it shifts back inside and a hand comes out and touches yours. And you can see for a moment through somebody else's eyes. And you see like as though your eyes open and you look around and there is a humongous black, blue, and red crystalline structure that looks very much like the inside of a geode. But it's the wrong colors, and there is a sort of crackling bluish energy that seems to emanate from each of the little like crystalline points. And then you look down and you see you're wearing like a blue kind of Letterman jacket and a pair of pretty tight short shorts. You're looking through Starseeker Amelia's eyes. And when you look back up, you see the crystals start to kind of like glow brighter, and a beam kind of comes down from the ceiling and engulfs you completely, and suddenly you are pulled forward out of the body that you were in. And as you turn to look back, you see the body of your yourself, Starseeker Amelia, caught in this beam, and energy begin to be drawn out of it into the crystal. And you start to feel weaker. And then, boom, you are back to your own eyes.
That's not terrifying.
Nah.
Normal.
Completely.
I guess I kind of want to ask like a variated question of like how can I get you to do what I need or what I want, and like a instead be like, can you affect the world here at all? Like, can
Uh,
you be helpful? Can you do anything?
there is a sort of like pause and a head tilt almost, and then a shake back and forth, as if to say no, except for the touch that you just experienced that gave you this like flash of a vision. It doesn't feel like Amelia can really do anything.
Okay. I want to go back, and however many people are huddled, I want to like tell them what I saw. Uh like immediately. I want to tell like our alliance of 8 people this information that like the people who died are trapped in a geode prison and being used as an energy source.
3Z kind of like listens to what you are saying and then like looks back and forth at the others and goes, no, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, this makes
Like-
things incredibly complicated.
How would that make sense?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, of course.
right. Hey, diddle diddle.
Yeah, right.
You know, hey diddle diddle, the soul is the fuel of the body. How is this making sense?
3Z kind of like hunches a little bit, and she reaches into her backpack, shuffles around, and with a sigh, she pulls out a sheet of paper that has these like smudges on it that look like the pollen of flowers. And she goes, during yesterday's challenge, I also saw something like what you just said. There was a... Do you know the Horrorcraft SMP? And of course, everybody knows the Horrorcraft SMP. It's a, well, let's call it moderately successful Minecraft server with mods that turn the game into like a kind of post-apocalyptic survival horror game. Some of the bigger names on YTube and Jingle are, or were, part of it at some point, including people like 3Z and Durf Regurk that you saw earlier. And she goes, I saw the mod from the Horrorcraft SMP. I saw the skin. You know the one that's just like always logged in and stands in the central area to make sure that the server doesn't go like inactive. I saw that skin, but it was all flowy and blue like you were saying. And they touched my head and I saw something similar as well. I thought that it was some kind of trick, but well, now I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure.
A little further away, you hear Silent Assassin's voice come back from around a corner. They don't seem to have killed anyone just yet, but they have in their hand a piece of paper. You guys, I found this. Well, someone else found it and then I took it. They don't seem to notice that it was gone. I'm not normally this good at stealing stuff. Normally I just, but I picked it up. And she sets it down on the like basalt rock, and it is a recipe. And the recipe is labeled key. The recipe is very simple. It is 3 basalt blocks, through the center of the 3x3, and then above and below it there are spaces that have like the shine of an enchanted object without the object being there. Having looked at this thing, you instantly know that to make the basalt key, you simply need 3 basalt blocks and enough magic stuff, magic or enchanted or powerful stuff, for the key to be able to be made. It seems like maybe this is a variable recipe.
So do we think we just need to find some like random garbage enchanted items then?
Yeah, why don't we take out a piglin that has some enchanted gear?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. And I hate saying that considering Tim came up with the idea.
3Z looks at you guys and says, okay, this sounds like a plan. Why don't you 4 go after those that you can see there, and we'll dip down and see if we can't take out that wither skeleton. And if we find anything good, yeah, don't we know it? And at that point, you hear the cracking of knuckles as Silent Assassin just kind of like swirls her sword a little bit and goes, oh, don't worry about that. I've taken out so many of those things, I could do it in my sleep.
And they were never seen again.
The 4 of you head over toward the 3 armed piglins. You are able to stay mostly out of sight of them, and you get pretty close up next to them. And you can hear them making their piglin sounds. If they were to speak a language, it would probably be piggish, perhaps. And you are relatively close to them without them having noticed. What would you like to do?
Can we use the super bow I have or whatever to hit them from a distance and maybe try to like sneak attack them? Because I don't think we want to get ouchied. It's the steady bow that's better at long range, and I have 4 arrows.
You do have 4 arrows for your steady bow. You are more than capable of finding a vantage point pretty far away and taking a shot. Go ahead and roll to attack something for me. Attack something is plus survival.
Okay. 5, so not great.
5 is not great. You are right. You flick the bow into your hand. You take the arrow, knock it on the string, you pull it up, and you pull the arrow back. And as you let go, the string flies forward, and the arrow falls down at your feet, clatters, and falls off the edge of the blocks down into the lava below. It seems like when you pulled the string back, the arrow came off of it.
Great.
And furthermore, you've lost that arrow now. We'll count that as the consequence there. Excellent. But the twang of the bow does alert the 3 piglins, and they all look over at you. You're standing about 20 blocks away or so, but as soon as they notice, all 3 of them kind of come into like a sort of fighting position, and they begin scanning back and forth. And now, go on.
Are these piglins holding bows, or the crossbows, or are they holding swords?
These 3 are holding enchanted golden swords.
Okay, thank you.
So, what's next? Tim?
If they're focused on small, is there any way for us to get behind them and try to do a crit attack from behind?
You could certainly try if you want to,
Yes.
do some react quickly.
Yes, let's react quickly.
Roll creative for me, please.
Well,
Jeez.
Rigged.
You guys are doing real good as soon as combat starts. Tim, go ahead and choose 2 of these drawbacks.
The top two.
Okay.
Right.
Like, as soon as they start going that direction, your instincts kick in and you go, all right, let's go. And you sort of slide out from your little hiding place and begin to try to dash behind them. But one of them sees you and turns and just overhand hurls their gold sword directly at you. You've never seen that before. And it goes end over end and shunk sticks directly into like your right hip. And you stumble backwards a little bit. You will take 3 damage. And in addition, when you stumble back, you sort of trip and you fall. The sword like wrenches out of your hip, and you're gonna shift your survival down by 1 because, you weren't so good at that. Excellent. Lexi Z, what's up?
I'm just gonna rush headfirst into danger.
We
You know
love
me.
this.
I love doing that. That's like that's my hobby. So I'm just gonna
Amazing.
roll to attack, I guess.
Okay, make it happen then.
Hold on, let me find the tab. Whoop. Here we go.
You do have your ability Let's Go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that is applicable here because your initial plan was to do this stealthy and from far away, and you're going headfirst into it. So
That's
temporarily shift 1 survival and -1 spectator.
Okay, hold on. It's a lot of buttons. Where is that? Oh, I found it.
Currently, your team pool after all of the stuff is at 3.
Yep.
4.
Okay.
It's actually at 4 because you guys all agreed on what the purpose of the fight was right off the bat, and nobody was surprised. So you guys are at team pool of 4 right now.
Lovely.
But excellent. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
Sure. Oh my goodness me. Survival, isn't it? Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh.
A
Got
much
3.
better roll this time. Wonderful. On a 10, it's a hit. You've got a
yeah.
stone sword with you, so you're going to do 3 damage to these things. There's 1 that is unarmed, and 2 that are both armed and armored. Which one are you going after?
The armed one and armored.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, the closest one is a gold sword and gold helmet. You sort of like dash forward with you like your speedrunner instincts kick in, and you just zoop and like kind of do little dash jumps until you are up in the air, and you bring your stone sword down right next to the collarbone. You found that this trick worked before, and it definitely works on this piglin too. You feel the ka-chunk and a crunch, and then there's kind of like a squeal sound as it flings its sword out towards you, but it was sort of thrown so off balance by the grave injury that it just took that it misses completely.
Oh yeah.
Excellent work. What about you, Z? 0.
I think that Zero's just going to take a swing with her stone axe at one of these piglins that's closest. And hope for the
Excellent.
best.
Then yes, go ahead and attack something with survival, please. There is a team pool that you could take points from that would turn that into a mixed success.
Yeah, I'm happy to give one of my points away. Well, to help out.
I feel like we need the
Yes.
success.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take
Desperately.
the team pool point then.
Yeah.
All right, team pool goes down to 3. Very nice. You'll shift your roll up by 1 because of the thing shift. Excellent. Which means that it is a mixed success. you get to choose one of the consequences, either thorns or thrown off, like so.
I'll take the thorns.
Excellent. The combat is truly on now, and as Lexi had come in and just smashed down, you take that opportunity to keep the same momentum. You dash forward, jump up, and then come down with your axe, both hands on it, and you cleave into the same one that Lexi just hit. You deal 3 damage to it, and only then do you realize that when you came down, it had shifted the point of its sword to jam it directly into like the space just below your ribs on the left side, and you and it takes. You will only take 1 damage from this because I will rule that it cannot be reduced to less than 1. So you only take 1 damage from it. But the two of you together shunk and then the piglin crumbles underneath the both of you and instantly turns red and then poof. And where the piglin was, you see a shining golden sword and also a sort of like swirling white orb.
I pick up the swelling white orb.
When you pick it up?
Sword?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The sword is a gold sharpness 1 sword. So it is slightly less durable, but it will have a strength of 4 now.
Ooh, that's not bad.
When you pick up the orb, you see that it is labeled Ephemeral Essence. And you see that it is a crafting material that adds a quality to an existing item. So it's kind of like a book that you would put on an anvil.
Okay.
This one you see gives something to armor and something to accessories.
Accessories.
Hey Tim, what are you up to now?
Like to. Well, I know what I want to do, but I think I need to assess my injuries first.
Yeah, that tracks. I mean, like, the adrenaline's pumping right now. Like, even though you are somewhat injured, you could still, like, run, fight if you needed to.
Okay. Can I pick up the gold sword the piglin chucked at me and attack?
Oh yes, when you pick up that sword, you know that it is a sharpness 1 gold sword.
Okay.
So it's a strength of 4, 1 better than your stone sword.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I'd like to attack the.
All right. Are you going after the one that threw it at you?
Oh, definitely.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll survival for me to attack something. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's how you win.
So this piglin hurls its sword at you, sticks you in the hip. You rip it off of that wound, surge forward, and plant it directly into this thing's chest. It takes 4 damage, stumbles back, and dies. You think that maybe the armor that it was not wearing would have been more useful for it if it had been wearing it. And where that poof is, you see a swirling white orb.
I'd like to pick it up.
It is another ephemeral essence, just like the one that Lexi picked up. The third piglin, this one has a breastplate and the sword, sees that its 2 companions are slain, looks over at you, Smole, and begins to, like, just full speed charge. Smole, what are you on?
I'm sorry, I muted. I would like to react quickly.
Absolutely.
and try to shoot it again, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. I'll just roll badly. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
let's see how it happens. Go ahead and roll creative for me.
Yes.
There we go. All right.
Yes.
It surges forward, both hands on its sword, and it begins to thrust forward, and you sort of like easily pirouette off to the side, and it keeps running about 5 steps. It turns and looks over its shoulder at you. You are within a decent range to shoot. It's not far, but you can certainly shoot it. What would you like?
You know what? Because it's like running past me and is now behind me, could I use my quick knife? I mean, would you say it doesn't expect me to attack? It expects me to shoot. It doesn't expect me to try to stab it. You know?
I think that's fair. It expects an arrow, not a knife.
Yeah. Exactly. I want to try to stab it in the eye.
Ooh, excellent work. Yeah, go for it. Roll survival and add 2 to that roll.
10.
Hey, on that 10, you, like, as this thing is running past, you, with your left hand on the bow, sort of dodge to the side, flick the knife out into your hand, and jam it directly into this thing's eye. It tumbles forward, taking the knife with it. Its head hits the floor, and the knife goes thunk and sticks out the back of its head.
Oh shit.
And it stops moving. It drops its sword, and then it turns red and disappears. And there is a gold breastplate, a gold sword, and a white orb.
I would like to take all of the things.
Absolutely.
Can I put on the gold breastplate?
You know, this thing is crazy heavy. Like, it's
Ooh,
straight
okay.
up armor made of metal. You put it on, and it's, 1, kind of smelly, and 2,
Ugh.
much heavier than not wearing armor. Nevertheless,
I'm
it
gonna
does
change
seem
my
like it
mind on
will...
that.
You can give it
Excellent.
to Tim. Tim's like super strong.
Yeah, here, Tim, take this.
Okay, I'll wear it.
But I will take the glowy thing in its sword, I guess.
Excellent. With those 3 creatures dispatched, it is suddenly quiet again. You've got 3 of this swirling white orb, a couple magic items, and some injuries.
We have all that chicken, right? Should we maybe like eat some?
Yeah. Yes.
It
We have a
is
way to cook
currently it's currently raw, but you are in a place that has like a bunch of furnaces and such.
Should probably cook it.
There is a moment of just like a breath where it's like, okay, we just did the thing. And then you hear the telltale sound of a stone sword being drawn. Small, you look over and you see out of the corner of your eye one of the Minecraft furries,
Ugh,
Uncanny Callie,
these
who
furries.
jumps down from about 6 blocks above you with the sword out, trying to bring it down on your head.
I'd like to react quickly.
By all means.
That's creative, right? Or survival?
Correct.
9.
Oh yes,
Hey,
absolutely.
The team pool.
I mean, team pool does seem like a good idea here.
Yeah, is that okay with you guys? We'll only have
yeah.
2 points
Can I
left in the
push
people.
Spot out
No.
of the way?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you
Just
can
this one.
contribute to the success there.
Yeah.
Excellent. That brings us to a team pool of 2. Small, you look up and you're kind of like craning a little bit, so you're slightly off balance. You start to try to react, and suddenly you are shoved out of the way, and Lexi, the person slams into the ground in front of you and then tries to wrench the sword out of the ground. But in that second, there is another swing, and then you hear Silent Assassin, who pops up behind Callie, say, "Nothing personal, kid."
Dang.
Stab, lift, and throw. And suddenly, Callie's body is tumbling downwards into the lava below. You hear a thump.
But all of our items, like at the least.
Yeah, right? Way to go.
I know it's dramatic, I know it looks cool, but for God's sake, man.
I mean, that definitely was just sort of the way things went. I mean, my life was in immediate danger. Thanks, Assassin. You still scare me, but thanks.
Is it thanks though? Because Silent Assassin was there obviously stalking. Could have taken out before you were attacked. Sus.
I mean, they waited for an opportunity. Like, I can't really be mad about that.
But the items.
Oh yeah, I'm mad about that a little bit.
I'm just glad we're all okay.
Oh, amazing. But as that, as that goes down, you guys are like now sort of like focused a little bit more around you. You see that path that you guys took to get where you are, maybe 30 blocks back or so. You see Minecraft Jail Girl duck behind a couple blocks and then start running back toward the furnace.
You should run, to be honest.
Silent Assassin looks back at you four and goes, "Can I have that one too?"
Yep.
Yeah,
Say
I
no
don't have
more,
any problem
and she
with that.
sprints. She like Naruto running with the sword in her hand behind her, hopping from like block to block parkour style. She just goes after Minecraft
yells-
Jail Girl.
Tim yells, "Try to not burn all the items this time."
No promises. There is suddenly a sound. And you see that one of the doors on the on the outside from where you guys are, you can see like the furnace from a different angle, and there is a door on the outside, one of the big doors. And you see someone standing in front of it with a large key sticking out of the keyhole, and the door slides open. You, Tim, would recognize them. This is Jim Bro 25901, Terry McAllister himself.
Oh my god.
The showboat. Looking for the Insta fame.
You see him like looking and like, you know, his skin is him all muscled up and all that, but his posture right now looks terrified. And he's like looking around and he looks at the door and he looks back, and then you see him turn and he just runs through the door, and the door and then disappears. Oh,
The door locked behind him?
amazing. The door is gone now.
Oh, okay.
And furthermore, the timer above the main entrance to the furnace ticks to 5 hours. And suddenly, 2 panoptica, one quite far away, and the other dangerously close to your group, appear.
We have how many of the enchanted items again? Z, did we need to craft the key?
You need 3 basalt blocks and some number of enchanted objects.
We have 3,
How-
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you've got
we
the 3
assume those
white
are the right-
orbs. You've also got 3 enchanted swords and an enchanted breastplate.
Oh, that's right.
We should grab the basalt and try to craft the key
Yeah.
Agree.
let's do that.
and avoid the panoptica. Can I use escape plan to try to get us away from this panoptica a bit?
Well, well. Yes, Small, I believe you can. Escape plan asks for you to roll plus spectator for me.
10.
10 is a good one. The panopticon, the panoptica spawns out on like a maybe 2 block wide by 5 block long, like gangplank, almost over a pretty steep drop down onto some more, like basalt, maybe 40 blocks below. If it's gonna go anywhere, it has to walk down that kind of gangplank. And fortunately, that is perpendicular to where you guys are. You
How
look around.
far is it?
From you to the Panoptica, straight by, like as the crow flies, 15 blocks, but he'd have to go around and back over toward you if you wanted to get close.
How... Oh, sorry, I should have been clear. How far is it from me to the gangplank that he would
Oh.
have to walk across?
You'd say maybe 6 blocks or so until you get to the first bit of it.
Can I react quickly to try to mine out a couple of those blocks so that it would have to fall to get off the gangplank?
Yes, you can. Well, your escape plan will give you the nearest safe spot, which is the opposite direction, but you choose not to go with it. Go ahead and
Can I use my escape plan to tell everyone else to run, and I'm gonna try to get to do this with the panoptica?
You certainly can for that. Whether they will listen to you is their own choice, but
Yeah, I figure.
yeah, go ahead and react quickly for me, please.
That's survival, right?
React quickly is creative.
Oh, creative. Okay. 7.
Yeesh.
7 is a mixed success.
Okay.
You have to choose one of the drawbacks.
I'm gonna fumble.
Excellent. So you look back at the others. You point back through the path that you guys came through here, and like give them the stern nod that says, "Fly, you fools!" And then you turn, and your pickaxe is in your hand. You dash forward, and you see the Panoptica's eyes begin to shift towards you. You bop 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 bop. There's the first basalt, and then bop 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 bop. There's the second one, and you look up, just as the laser rips across the ground, just barely in front of you. You drop your pickaxe, scrambling backwards. The pickaxe falls down into the basalt below.
That's fair.
And, boy, was that scary. And it was right next to you. Why don't you shift your observer down, please?
Observer?
Spectator.
That's the wrong word. Spectator, sorry.
Okay, so 1 now. Okay. I did it. I did it.
Hey, well done.
And then,
I'm proud of you.
how often are you allowed to use your thing? So, like, could I use escape plan again to, like, get the heck out of there now?
It's not impossible, but other stuff probably has to happen first.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like the rest of your party. So, hey Lexi, hey Z, and hey Tim, what are you 3 doing?
I have not listened to Small. I want to make sure that they're okay.
That tracks. Excellent. How would you like to do so?
Just kind of hovering around, observing, I guess, my surroundings, and just keeping an eye out.
By all means, why don't you observe for me?
Ooh, that is not good.
It will get you 1 question from our popular list.
Is something here dangerous, I suppose?
given the obvious answer being yes, the gigantic laser monster,
Yeah.
the other answer is yes, and it's the gravel on which the Panoptica is currently standing.
Mhm.
Gasp.
Yes. Do it.
One block further out is the gravel. The basalt ends and it begins on gravel there.
And that's out of reach, right?
I mean, you could try to do something with it.
You're very fast.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if I can like place the lava and then pick it back up again, just update the gravel and see if it falls.
What an excellent idea. You have been, like, you picked up this bucket of lava, and it is simultaneously burning hot in your hand, and
Yeah.
also a normal, like, Minecraft item bucket.
Mhm.
You surge forward, dump the lava on the block in front of it across the little gap that Small made, and then scoop it back up again with surprising speed. But you've done this with water a billion times. You know
Yep.
the timing perfectly. And as soon as you do, the Panoptica's single, like, conglomerated eye moves over to you, and you start hearing the and it falls. Down,
Let's
down.
go.
Thunk!
Oh,
Turns
hang on.
red.
Go.
And the Panoptica dies.
I'm just a PvP god, Tim. Like, just what? Do you know? Just I should be training you. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's obvious you've been watching the highlight reels.
As I said, I've literally not watched them. Just
That's-
like get on my level.
Your actions say other because you only learned that from watching my latest reel. We all know this.
Okay.
On the edge of the block on which you placed the lava, a single stone eye floats as though it had been dropped.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lexi, you gotta get that. You
Yeah,
gotta get that.
Yeah.
When you pick it up, it is labeled the Echoing Resonance Eye.
Ooh.
This is another one of those enchantment objects that can go either on a weapon or on armor.
Can I combine it with my axe?
You pull your axe out and you hold this thing next to it. You know that by combining these two things, you will get the Echoing Resonance Axe that deals 4 extra damage to other players.
Hey, yo.
Just other players, not
Only to other players.
interesting. I can't wait to not use that.
You haven't combined it yet.
Okay. No, yeah, I'll do it.
When you slap them together, the axe shifts and shivers in your hand, becoming this kind of grossly bent, like berserker-looking barbarian axe with an eye etched into both sides of the blade. This is the same axe as normal against mobs, but it deals 4 extra damage if you hit a player with it.
Nice.
Watch out, Vic.
You also notice that a few moments after this has gone down, that Silent Assassin comes skipping back across the little path and dumps on the ground nearby a stone sword and a strange kind of like pointed curved rock. And she goes, I got 2 of these now. And she holds up one herself. She goes, managed to get into another little scrape while we were on our way out there. Really kind of unfortunate. I kind of liked Thousand Nights' content, and everyone who watches or is into like challenge stuff knows about Thousand Nights as well. Thousand Nights is the type of person that does the hardcore mode challenges in like heavily modded servers. His whole thing is that he does the like, I spent 1,000 nights in 5 Nights at Fozzie's place. Or like, I spent 1,000 nights in the Thirst games.
Sorry, 5 Nights at Fozzie's like the Muppet. Waka waka.
It's terrifying.
I don't think I would want to spend that many nights with Fuzzy Bear, to be fair.
Sorry, carry on.
But yeah, she throws the sword and this weird stone down.
Can I inspect the weird stone?
When you pick it up, it is labeled the Lamenting Soul Stone. It can go on a potion or a weapon.
Can I put it on my gold sword?
You absolutely can. You kind of slot it into the hilt, and your weapon feels like it has a charge in it almost. Once, and only once, when you hit with this weapon, you can choose to just double any of the damage you would do. Against anything.
Okay.
Amazing. So,
Yeah, but-
go on.
No, I'm fighting the urge to just stab it in Silent Assassin's face, but
Amazing.
Pop off, King, honestly.
all right. Well, you know what? Silent Assassin's going around murdering people. Let's just end that real quick before we get stabbed in
No,
the back ourselves.
Oh, allies! I'm kidding!
Amazing.
What does the world come to where you can't say "pop off, King" and obviously not be being sarcastic?
No, let's double down on winning right now, because Tim is a winner and gets rid of the competition when it presents itself. I have a sword that does that much damage on one hit. Silent Assassin outside the murdering blazer beams is the worst opponent we've had. So let's win.
Silent Assassin seems very pleased with themselves, and sort of like watches while you slot the thing in. You look at it, you look up at them, and there is like the slightest moment of recognition before roll to attack something.
Is that survival?
Attack something is survival.
Well,
6 is not great, but we do have Team Pool if you wanted to selfishly take one from there.
oh yeah. We're all selfish right now.
You know, probably, yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up the rules for Team Pool to do things selfishly. You will shift your survival stat up by 1, and your creative stat down by 1. This makes your roll a 7, which is a mixed consequence. You do hit, but you either have to choose thorns or thrown off.
When I used the sword, did it double?
You have to choose when you hit to do the doubling or not.
Oh, okay. Does that time has passed?
No, you can do it, like, you're still in the point where, like, the sword is making contact.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd like to do that now.
You want to double it? Excellent.
Mhm.
Okay. You definitely, like, you look at it, you look up at them, and then suddenly, like lightning, you flick the sword out, and it cuts across their, like, throat, shoulder, collarbone area. But, you also have to choose one of the drawbacks that I've just posted there, thorns or thrown off. Excellent. A moment, please, while my audio screws itself up again. Why do we keep doing this? There we go. Okay, thorns then. So you flick the sword and you feel the slice go right across. This is a sharpness 1 sword that deals 4 damage, and you feel that charge leave the sword. And it simply just like passes right through them. And that's horrifying. And you only now realize that you look down and you see that their iron sword is buried in the other hip. You take 2 damage, and you watch as Silent Assassin's body tumbles to one side, hits the ground, turns red, disappears. There is a sharpness... what did we have here? A sharp iron sword that is strength 5, as well as another one of those sort of swirly, pointy stones.
I would like to claim both, please.
When you pick up the sword, you've got 1 sword in each hand now. A strength 5 sword and a strength 4 sword, and you also have a lamenting soul stone. That same one that doubled your damage.
Right. I'd like to put the stone in the iron sword and keep the iron sword. And can I stow the gold one for maybe crafting later?
Yeah, you can definitely like stick it in your belt or something like that.
Okay.
So, hey everybody, Tim just straight up murked this girl that had been something of a deuteragonist, perhaps. How do you feel about that?
Pissed off, if you will.
I feel very guilty for saying "pop off, King," and then he just did it. So
Tim is very literal, just so you know. Maybe I should have told you that earlier, but
yeah, no, I didn't expect that.
You'll thank me when we win. That was
Will
obviously,
you just murdered someone.
Obviously, the stiffest competition we had is now gone. Clear champion standing in front of you, bleeding from both hips. Really need some chicken.
I don't want to give him any chicken.
I don't know what to say to you.
They were helping us.
Why
would you do that?
They were murdering people. You're welcome.
What? 2 doesn't make a left.
Right. It makes a triangle, and now we're safe. You're welcome.
2 middles does not make a hated or little.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
I feel very safe with you.
You're just lucky we're on the same team, aren't you? Let's win.
Well,
I don't like the way you just said that. What does that mean?
At some point, if we weren't on the same team, would you just kill us, right?
What's with the hypotheticals? We're winning. Calm down.
No. I feel like we should investigate the hypotheticals.
You do realize that there's only going to be one winner, and you can kill someone that easily. That's concerning.
Do you hear that?
We should go. Escape plan.
Yeah, thank you. No time for hypotheticals. Let's go. Winning.
Go ahead and roll your escape plan for me, please.
That's a spectator roll.
Your escape plan comes
I keep forgetting.
through. Let me pull that up on yours as
spectator.
well.
It's plus
Escape plan
spectator.
is plus spectator. Yes.
12. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
12 does it. The other Panoptica seems to have found its way up above where you guys are, where Callie had dropped down. So as the laser rips down through, the four of you manage to dash back across your bridge back toward the furnace area, and you all kind of like stumble in behind the thick walls of the furnace. You see that there are a few others that have come in there with you. Some that you recognize. I need to move some characters around here really quick. You go into the dead pile, you go into the dead pile.
Dead body. Everyone's just in a pile.
To be fair, if we all forgot, Silent Assassin attacked me first, so I just finished it.
You see Luca
Yes.
there, standing at a crafting table with 3 blocks and a couple of those white orbs, 2 of them. He slams them down on it and then scoops his hand across and holds up a glowing white key that he then looks at one of the 2 doors inside, looks back at 3Z and says, "I'm gonna try it." 3Z nods, and Luca looks back at all of you and says, "I think this is it. I think you need 2 magic things. I'm gonna give it a shot." And he sticks the key in, turns it, and the key crumbles in his hand, but the door just barely opens. He looks back and then slides through the door and then dissipates.
Wow. He abandoned us.
Nice teammate.
So
Well-
there are now, at the very least, 2 players who have gone through.
I think we should use as many magic items as we can in the crafting recipe to maybe make it so that the key actually will open enough that we can all, as a team, get through.
Right. We have what, 3 orbs? Choose.
Well,
How many?
you should have. Did the person that we just absolutely murked drop one?
Yeah, they didn't drop the white orb, they dropped the sort of spirally, spiky-looking stone. The
Yeah.
Lamenting Soul Stone, which
Yeah, you
has
can't-
been incorporated into the Iron Sword.
Yeah, you can't have that. Sorry. You can have the chest plate though, and a gold sword.
Okay, so how many enchanted items do we have?
You've got sword, 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 breastplate, and then 3 of the white orb.
That's a lot.
I say we do them all.
Yeah.
You
I
can
don't know.
only fit 6 of those
Yeah.
objects.
Then let's do 6.
Okay, which object are you keeping?
Why don't we keep one of the white orbs just in case?
Yeah, sure.
But everything else, like 3 swords and chest plate, orb.
Okay.
Right? I don't know.
3 swords, chest plate, orb, and orb. When all 6 of the magic items are placed in on the recipe, the basalt key takes shape, and it glows wildly brightly and scintillates in colors. Who is the one that picks it up?
Me.
I'll
Lexi,
pick.
you wrap your hand around it and lift it, and it feels positively vibrating in your hand.
It's time. Yeah. Cool. Can I put it in the door?
There is the other door in here. Now, while this is happening, you see that basically everyone has gathered all together. So there's 3Z, Lightning Vic, Durfra Gurk. Dragon D's is kind of there in the background. You also see 3 others. There's Bedrock and Roll, who makes
That's good.
Minecraft and other video game parody music. There's Komori Fan 44, one of the like Minecraft and other like video game fan art makers who plays Minecraft as a farming sim, and Sussycraft Impo, who works with Luca to make certain mods. This one being one where he changes the like game mode to be more like the very popular social deduction game Around Us.
Oh, that's bad.
All of these people are now there in the room. Lexi, you've got the key. You put it in the door, and the door swings open fully wide.
Okay.
Instantly, everyone begins running. I need everyone to react quickly for me.
You know me.
Even you.
Okay.
Just react
let's-
quickly.
Creative.
I think that's creative.
Uh,
Oh no.
No!
Oh,
Tim,
Tim!
It was nice knowing you, buddy.
Yeah, well, I got 2 bum hips.
Oh no!
No, see.
Boy. Well,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
there are 2 points
matter.
in the team pool right now. They would only benefit Small. Or rather, I don't
Right.
think they would benefit anyone super greatly. So, Lexi, you see everyone begin running. What do you
Yeah.
do with your reaction to move to react quickly?
Gonna try just telling them to stay back first, like swinging my sword around, like stay back. Our team earned this.
Woohoo! Go ahead and choose one of the drawbacks here when doing so.
Oh yeah. I'll fumble, I guess.
All right. You swing your sword out in front and like try to push everyone else back. And it seems to work momentarily, but you do not feel nearly as confident with this as you perhaps would like to feel. Go ahead and shift your adventure down.
Oh, okay, that's fine. What do I do now? I'm at -3.
Well,
Remind me what the new rule is.
yeah, so the new rule for when your stats go down below -2, is you either lose a heart, reset your XP to 0, or I get to choose some things for you.
I don't like what that means, so I guess I'll take some damage.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely then. In doing so, you kind of like overextend and accidentally like nick yourself with your sword to take 1 damage.
Yep.
The crowd seems to hesitate for just a moment. Small, you're reacting quickly as well. What do you do?
I am going to try. Can I try to assist one of the teammates who rolled badly by grabbing them and like pulling them with me?
Your assistance will not help them to get up to a success of any sort, but you can certainly try something. Why don't you choose one of the drawbacks that's there?
I guess I'm gonna fumble. I really don't want to put my allies in more danger.
Yeah, that is probably a good idea there. Go ahead and I think shift down your creative by 1.
Already doing so bad in creative roles.
You're trying your best to act under pressure and like help your allies. So you reach over and you grab whoever's nearest, and it's Z, and you kind of like shove her behind you.
Okay.
Z and Tim. both of you, because it's not combat right now, both of you are caught completely off guard. Shift your spectator down 1. And in the process of all of this happening, the two of you are behind Lexi and Small. And they are put in danger because of it. There is the twang of an arrow, and it flies forward and sticks into Lexi's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Lexi, you take 3 damage. And you see
Okay.
that squirrely little
No.
Dragon D's with a bow in one hand. And she looks at you and she goes, It's not personal. I promise. And then she knocks another arrow. At that same time, Lightning Vic dashes forward, pulls his sword out from his bag, and buries it in Dragon D's stomach.
Ooh.
He looks back and he says, "Go!"
I'm not going anywhere until Vic's through the door as well, by the way.
Small, as soon as Lightning Vic dashes forward, the melee begins. And you see Bedrock and Roll pull out 2 axes, turn and cut once at Durfragurk, and cut again at you. It nicks the side of your knee, and you feel the burning of a fire enchantment start to crawl up your leg. You take 2 damage, and you are on fire.
I do not like this. Okay, I don't like it.
Tim, this is all happening, and you are right next to the door. You could win so easy.
You wouldn't.
Well, Tim would.
Damn it, Tim!
God damn Tim!
Tim,
But-
you slip through the door?
Well, I do have the ability Sweeping Edge, don't I?
You do, in fact, have Sweeping Edge.
Can I assist with Sweeping Edge for my team? Against my better judgment, a moment of, let's say,
Character growth.
yeah, no, just bad,
No.
just basic bad judgment. You know, it's probably the blood loss from my hips making me do this, but it's obviously not what Tim would do. It just must be from the injuries, delirium setting in to just swing a sword that has the extra enchantment on it that I want to use when I attack as well.
Oh,
Those
that...
stack. Can I stack all those? Sweeping
Oh,
edge
yes.
with the okay, yeah, I
You
wanna do that.
absolutely
Yes.
can. Sweeping Edge plus the double damage.
Well,
Yeah.
what have
Whoever you
done?
hit with this, they're not coming back from it.
That's fine. I mean, that'll be some consolation for not just taking this easy victory.
The closest people to you are Dragon D's and Bedrock and Roll, and they are both threatening your teammates. Go ahead and roll to attack something for me.
Survival, right?
Survival.
There we
Oh
go.
my
My
god!
God!
Jesus Christ, Tim!
14!
I'm delirious.
Dang.
All right.
What in the world?
And
None of
you're
us
in
could roll
combat.
to
and
get
you
through a door, but like,
What's even better is your ability Punch Wood gives you
Yeah.
+1 survival, making this the highest roll we have ever seen at a 15.
That's the maximum you can get.
You're welcome. I mean, it's the delirium's the blood loss
Jesus
talking right
Christ.
With a roar, Tim, you step forward, plant 1 foot down, you look down and see the tiny, like, blood footprint that you are leaving on the ground. And as you look up, 2 hands on the sword, you shove Lexi out of the way, you elbow past Smol, and you swing. And your sword connects with 2 people. You double the damage that is done and deal 10 hearts of damage to both of them. And instantly, both of them fly back and turn red and disappear before they even hit the floor.
This game is balanced.
Where they stood, some items and a couple of those sort of like swirly, pointy rocks. But Vic turns back, and 3Z kind of like steps forward, and she has a flint and steel that she strikes and lights another of them on fire. And she looks back and she says, "We're going." Vic turns, runs, and grabs Lexi by the lapels. "We're going together, but I'm going first." And he drags you in after him.
Let's go.
What in the world?
3Z turns and kicks the one that's on fire, which is Komori Fan, away, and then looks back and begins to run for the door. The door is starting to close now. You're not sure how many more people can fit through.
Go.
Tim,
go,
Z, Small, what's up?
Can I react quickly and grab some items and dash to the door?
Yeah, give it a shot. Go ahead and roll to react quickly for me. That is plus creative.
Oh, I'm gonna fail this.
Oh no. Team Paul.
Tim, no.
I mean, a 7 is technically a success. It's just, one...
Could have been better.
Yeah.
One drawback. Go ahead and drop from here. Either fumble or give ground.
Fumble.
Yeah, that tracks. You feel like you're losing quite a lot of blood right now.
Well,
Things don't seem like maybe, like, just for the teeniest, tiniest moment, the thought comes to your mind, if I keep losing this much blood, I might lose. Shift survival down 1.
that's my best stat.
But you snatch an object from the ground and run with it through the door. The object that you picked up was... Ooh. It was a very fancy-looking staff. The amethyst staff.
Let's go.
Still left are Smol and Z.
I'm going to attempt to react, or sorry, not react quickly, to escape land, because this feels like I'm in immediate danger, and through the door is my safe spot.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
I love this stupid thing. It's plus spectator. So 7. I mean, that's a technical success.
7 is a success. You see the out and you take it. Are you doing anything else on your way there?
Is there any way I can help Z to get moving this way?
With a mixed
Like-
success, I think you'll only be able to get you.
I'm gonna yell, Z, run! Like, in an attempt to invigorate them to get moving through the door.
You dash, and as you slip through the door, it begins to close behind you.
I hate this so much.
Z, what are you doing?
So this really reminds me of the one time I tried to speed run, and it just was not the best plan. But I did like sneak in behind everyone, and I placed, but it was not a good time. But y'all, the rest of you did not earn this key. This is my teammate's key, and I'm getting through this door. And I would like to do the I've been here before. And temporarily
Absolutely.
shift my adventure up one and my creative down one. And then by like yelling at everybody, try to communicate effectively to like stall them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good combo.
I want my puppy to be snarling at all of them.
Oh yeah, no, as soon as this starts, like, your dog interposes between you and everyone else and begins to growl. Go ahead and roll adventure for me.
Give me 1 second, I gotta do the shifting. And you said roll adventure, right?
Correct. Yo-ho-ho.
So that's a 12
Easy.
with my dogs +1.
Communicate effectively makes it a 12. Go ahead and choose any one custom question, or in this case, we will say command. And additionally, one of these questions here.
I guess the command that I have is stop, so that everyone else just stops moving so that I can get through. And I guess my question is, how do I get them to do what I want, in the sense that for as long as the door is open, the people who allianced with us can try to make it through. So I
Very
think that's
nice.
still 3Z and
Luca is already through. Lightning Vic is already through.
So just 3Z then.
Currently
Yeah,
just
it
3Z,
shows,
yeah.
Yeah.
You proclaim, and there is a moment where, like, the dog growling, you just with this voice, and everyone stops. 3Z turns, looks at you, slips past behind you, and you hear the door. When you look back, the door is maybe 8 inches from closing. And with a dash like you have never done before, you slam your shoulder against it, the door just barely budges back, and you slide through. You feel your hound slip in right behind you, and the door The 4 of you sit, drenched from head to toe in sweat. Some of you somewhat injured, some of you severely injured, at your computer workstations. It is 8:08 p.m. And that is where we will end today's session of the Armor of Wishes. Well done, everybody. Ooh, that was harrowing there at the end now, wasn't it?
That was something, yes.
Cosmo, please, my heart can't take it.
Oh, excellently done, everybody. I'm quite pleased. How is everyone feeling? I know that we've gone about 10 minutes over, but how's everyone feeling? We doing okay?
Feeling
Yeah.
good.
Really good. That was great.
Yep.
Do we need to do any sort of debriefing or aftercare for anyone?
I'm just glad Vic's okay.
Oh, I think Vic is very glad that you are okay as well.
Yeah. I get that impression.
It's so very good. Like I, the storyteller, officially ship those two.
Yeah.
It's not just me who is like, like, what's going
Same.
on here? Like,
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was like, I hate this guy, but secretly was like, oh, these two are gonna end up together.
Oh yeah.
officially shipped canonically.
For the moment I met him.
I just love
Oh.
that we're going together, but I'm going first.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
I'm so happy that this is turning out so good as it is. So why don't we go ahead and do some wrap up then? To do some little bit of bookkeeping, Small, you will not be joining us next week because you have some things to do. So we will, you and I will talk, and we'll see if we can do some behind the scenes to see if we can affect what is happening with Small next session. But everyone else should still be here then, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So then same bat time, same bat channel as before?
Yes.
Wonderful. Then let's go ahead and do some outros. Hey, Rubix, what are you doing next and where can we find you?
I will be playing Minecraft at some point in the next week on my Twitch channel of Rubix2209. You can also find me on other social medias at Rubix2209 and then on Tumblr at a Rubik's Cube.
Excellent, very good. I would have it no other way. If you were playing some other games, I think I would feel kind of betrayed.
Right? Yeah.
Wonderful. How about you, Tad? What are you doing next and where can we find you?
Monday I'll be streaming some more Minecraft over on Twitch, tadpole_milk_.
Excellent. I would have it no other way. I'm very excited to see, especially because I have been popping in and looking at the things that you've been doing. So well done on all of the builds and things as well. What about you, Small? What are you doing next? Where can we find you?
I will be streaming some Minecraft next week on my Twitch channel at Smallcats with 2 Zs. It's not confusing at all. And on YouTube, if you want to follow up on any of the stuff I've previously done, there will not be any new videos this week. I'm tired.
How dare you not edit?
I refuse. You can't make me.
Big move.
Imagine not editing.
Yeah, imagine.
Couldn't be me. Amazing, though. Very good. And then finally, Misty, what about you? What are you doing next? Where can we find you?
Should be live tomorrow on the 9 Live server. Very fittingly being trapped in the Nether until I get the 30 days in the Nether achievement. And you can find me at MistyJoy11 on all of the things except for Instagram, in which I am MistyJoy11th, as in MistyJoy11.
Wonderful, wonderful. Perhaps someday we will meet the other 10 and have some kind of adventure to try to defeat them. But in the meantime, we're glad to have you.
Please.
Wonderful. And of course, I am Cosmo Bergamot. You are on my channel right here now already, so if you're here, you know where to find me. I will be here on Wednesday painting some minis and talking about lore stuff. So yeah, excellent. Of course, this next session will be the final session of the adventure, and that will be next Saturday at the same time as before. We will see everyone there. In the meantime, it looks like Griffin Prime is playing Minecraft right now. Wouldn't it be good if we went and said hello?
I think it would, yes.
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 Then off to Griffin we will go. Let's do a raid message like this one. Here, the professor's students have come to ponder the cubes. And then the other raid thing looks like this. So that's the raid message that you can take with you if you are going that direction from my channel. Thank you everyone for coming and watching. I really hope that you appreciated everything. We will see everyone the next time that all of us are. I hope that you all had a good time. Don't forget to do your homework. Bye-bye.